Beh, che dire, siamo di fronte all'apoteosi della raffinatezza. Questo è un Indian Ford del 39. L'ultimo anno con gli Open Fender, dopo passeranno i parafangoni l'anno successivo, e la proprietà DuPont, perché in quel periodo era di proprietà della multinazionale DuPont, la proprietà dà carta bianca ai designer in termini di colori e schemi grafici. Ci sono ben 4 schemi grafici, quindi lo standard, qui la classica goccia e arrotondate le punte, ok? Poi c'è il V-Scheme con una V sul serbatoio e ci sono le punte davanti e dietro. Poi c'è l'Arov, che c'è una grande freccia stilizzata sui fianchi del serbatoio, e questo è un anno solo, one year only, 39, World Fair Paint Scheme, fatto per la presentazione alla fiera, all'Expo Mondiale di quell'anno. La moto era possibile con un piccolo sovrapprezzo attingere a qualsiasi colore della gamma DuPont, e in questo caso noi abbiamo il classico Aubergine Tangerine, cioè mandarino o melanzana, e con acid green i filetti, uno schema grafico brillante e inconsueto. La moto è in condizioni meravigliose, meccanica restaurata, estetica, tutto bellissima, e può essere usata tranquillamente.
This motorcycle has been delivered here to Austria by Jean Victoria, who's done a wonderful restoration, very unusual colour scheme, becoming much more popular with restorers today. This bike is on its way to the Top Mountain Motorcycle Museum in Tyrol, where it will go on display with a number of other four-cylinder Indians, and I hope it gives a lot of people great pleasure to see it, because the detail in the motorcycle, the work behind all the lining, the colours, is hours and hours of work, which people very rarely appreciate. They see a bike and say, okay, very nice, but in fact, the detail of every line, the position of the line, the colour of the line, the colour scheme in itself, where the tank has been reversed in colour. Instead of being aubergine with a yellow tangerine stripe, it's in fact reversed, which gives it a much more happier ambience. And the details like switch, 1 year only. The position of the coil, 1 year only. And there are several small details like the brake switch holder, 1 year only. 1939 for me is the best year, although I have seen with the big fenders and plunger rear suspension. Last year rigid, 40 is of course with the plunger frame, 41, 42. 1942, Pearl Harbor, four-cylinder Indian finished forever, till this day. What will happen in the future, we don't know. I'm excited to think that maybe Indian one day will do another four-cylinder. But for the moment, this is an Indian trip which is very, very difficult for people to understand when they love the V-twin and the classical Indian V-twin shapes. The four-cylinder is just symphony. It's just beautiful to ride. So much easier with the foot clutch instead of a rocking clutch. But the detail here is perfect. It had the wrong manifold, now it has the correct manifold. It had the wrong petrol taps, now it's got the correct petrol taps. The warming system for winter with the pipes was missing. The switch at the front, the key, was missing. And Jean Vittorio had checked every single detail. The speedo was incorrect, so we had to get a 1 year only 1939 speedo. The result is for me magnificent, because I have the preference of the black frame opposed to an aubergine frame or an orange frame. I think the artistic value here for me is perfect.
Okay. Hello. Hey. Stop. Okay. Now we start the engine. I show you the procedure how to run it. It's much easier than on between. Okay. You don't need a big pressure on the pedal. And what we do is just we open the petcock on this side. Okay. Then we choke, so this level down. Okay. Then we put half timing and now I prime the engine with fully accelerated. Okay. Then one notch up, choke. I turn the key, half and half, and now it starts.